What's going on YouTube? How is it going? How is everyone doing? Welcome to a very special episode of Battle Talent here with the multiplayer. I was given the opportunity to try the multiplayer by the developers. Shout out to the developers. This was amazing to get a first glance of how the room was working. However, as you saw, there were no other players that had access, so I had to wait a little bit in order to be able to properly try it with someone else. But so far the graphics everything looks very cool, very neat. Here is where you can see your room ID and who is the host and whatnot, and look at that. This looks awesome. Now I wanted to see what it was about, so I jumped in and apparently it is like the arena. This is what I encountered when I just started, is the arena, you know, where you practice the sandbox. So now I just came back here with someone. I am going to play with someone. I'm going to play with one of my friends and try the experimental multiplayer. Let's see how it goes. First, I was jumping in, trying to create a room, and some other people joined. They just randomly decided to join me. So I was just trying to figure out how to play, how to make this work, and all of a sudden some other friends here started joining.
Oh,
So
hello?
this was interesting. I have heard some comments of people saying that the game crashes when you have 4 players in it, so I didn't really want to risk it as much, you know, since this was my first time trying it. So I just decided after 3 joins to go back, get out of it, and try to make a private room with whom I was going to play. And here we go. This is where we found ourselves, in the private multiplayer room of Battle Talent, and here we go. We are going to try the first arena. And we're just jumping around trying to figure out what to do. Apparently you have to click this big ball, and you both have to click it in order for it to say you are ready and then teleport you into the arena. And here we are in the sandbox, and I have to tell you who am I playing with. He's my brother. He had never played Battle Talent before, so this was his first time playing Battle Talent, and he started with the multiplayer. I was having some issues picking up my bow there because it seems to be a little bit laggy still, but you guys have to remember that multiplayer is still highly experimental. I am sure it's going to be improving as the time goes by. I have been talking to Mr. Fonzie about it. I'm really excited that they finally implemented it in the game. It's just a matter of polishing it a little. And I think they are going to do a great job. I was getting a little confused because it was lagging all over the place when we started playing, and this probably didn't help. I just decided to go ahead and pop all the weapons, see what happened. I was really trying the limits of the game here. Look at all of that, look at that mess, but oh well. Whoopa. We were having some fun here trying to figure it out. I was half trying the multiplayer and half teaching my brother how to play because he had never played Battle Talent. So here we go. We finally managed to pop up some enemies after playing around with the settings and stuff, and boom, that was a nice shot. However, it's a little laggy. I do not recommend using the bow when you are playing multiplayer, at least not for now, because to me it was lagging all over the place. Look at that, boom. So swords it is. Just having some fun here, trying to see what we can do, pushing the limits of the multiplayer. Boom. There were too many enemies, and of course we ended up dying after all of these enemies popped up. And the bosses are really hard because of all the lag. So we just decided to continue trying it. Here we go. Look at that. Look at the arrows. The arrows were going all over the place. So this is how the multiplayer looks so far. I have to say that I am excited. I am not disappointed at all. I mean, it depends on your internet, I want to say. It depends on your connection also. So I am not going to blame all of the lag on the fact that the new game mode is highly experimental, of course. You know, it might very well be also our connection, but I have to say we're having some fun here. Woo! We really were. And we wanted to try some other sandboxes as well. But first we decided to see if we could finish this wave of enemies that we had already started fighting and killing. There you go. That is how you finish them up. Alright. And these new weapons, you know, the one that he's using, the purple one with that is the bow and transforms kind of in the Halo sword. That one I think didn't lag as much as the normal bow, at least for what he was telling me. But the normal bow to me was very laggy, at least in these experiments. Look at that. Look, boom. The arrows just go all over the place. There, I hit him in the hand, but boom, look at that. So that is my advice so far, you guys. Do not use the bows as much if you are playing the multiplayer online, because they are laggy. Purple one, not as much, but the other ones, yes, they are. Boom, boom, boom. Look at that. Well, yeah, it is very exciting that now we have a multiplayer for Battle Talent, and I'm sure they are going to continue working on it, and they are going to improve it. It is going to be getting better. So what are you waiting for? If you do not have this game already, remember, I leave you a link in the description of all of my videos where you can get 25% of the games that I am playing, and Battle Talent is not the exception. Also, remember that when we hit 500 subscribers, I am going to be giving away 2 keys. Yes, 2 keys for Battle Talent, in order for you to have access to this awesome game that keeps improving. The multiplayer is still, again, highly experimental. However, it's a lot of fun, and I can see all of the potential that this game has. So really, you guys have to try it. If you haven't tried it yet, what are you waiting for? Go for it. It's totally worth it. Now, we wanted to try a different sandbox and see how it reacted, so we decided to go to the Cathedral of the Necromancer. And I have to say, this is exciting. This new game mode, and then yet there is another section in the menu, in the title menu, that is locked, so one can only wonder what else they are thinking of adding to this awesome, wonderful game. And here we realize that we can fight each other. By mistake almost, we were attacking and he started hitting me, and apparently I lose some hit points. Look at that, boom, boom, boom. So you can really fight each other. Look at that, I'm losing hit points. He just keeps attacking me, and then at some point I just disappear. Boom, boom. There we go. You see? Resurrecting with 100% hit points, boom, you come back. That's kind of cool, you know, so you can really measure your skill against your friends. Hopefully, you know, if you have a good connection, if it is a little bit improved, the server and whatnot, you can really test your skills against your friends, which is really neat. And here we were just having some fun. We were pushing it. I have to say, we tried to summon a lot of enemies at once, and it didn't work as well, you know, because of the lag. So I think this is the most that we could manage. I think it was like 6 enemies at the same time, and just with 2 people. But yeah, definitely if you have more people in it, it starts crashing. So we were really pushing the limits here, moving from one side to the other and just trying to pop up all sorts of enemies and weapons and whatnot. But at the end of the day, it's a lot of fun. And look at that. Ha! I have to say, we were really going for it. And there is another game mode here in the multiplayer that we're about to try here, Homology Arena. I'm not sure what that one is about. We're just trying whatever we could. We hit the button here and we started going for it. I believe there was some lag because the button was not showing like I was ready, but then when we finally managed to get in, we encountered this place. You have no weapons, you are just in an arena, and my assumption is that you have to defeat waves of enemies here in order to get their weapons and then continue fighting down the road. However, here is where things started getting a little hairy as far as our hardware goes, and it started lagging even more. He was telling me that he didn't even know where he was, and at some point it just started glitching. So I'm gonna have to continue trying this game, and I'm going to have to continue trying the multiplayer, see how it evolves. I am sure that now is in the first stage and they are going to develop it even further. Things are going to be exciting for Battle Talent from now on, you guys, so you have to stay tuned. You have to subscribe if you haven't done it already, because I'm gonna be keeping you posted with all of the Battle Talent news as soon as I can. And here is where things were getting a little crazy with all of these enemies popping up, and all of a sudden, there we go. We just froze. His game crashed, started walking in the same place as you can see there, and we were left with this amazing picture of these goblins just standing still. And that's it for this video, I guess, today, you guys. I hope you enjoyed. Have a wonderful day. See you later, alligator. Hasta la vista, baby.